Good evening, everybody. Today is October 10th, 2024, and we have major breaking news coming out of the California Supreme Court. So I'm just going to get to it. It's a lot, so bear with me. We all know that there's been major changes anticipated, proposed to the California Supreme Court by the California State Bar, and the court has ruled on a number of those issues today, filed today, October 10th. So first and foremost, the commission that submitted the proposal to the California Supreme Court regarding creating a California-specific examination. Now, this is different than what is going on with Kaplan. So this is a completely different proposal. And this was regarding the subject matter tested on the California Bar. Now, keep in mind that the changes that have been ordered by the Supreme Court, California Supreme Court, I'm just going to refer to it as the court from here on out, will not be implemented for at least 2 years. That is the rule, I believe. So what we have is 3 additional topics coming on. So we're going to have 9 tested subjects. They removed agency, partnership, and corporations. I know a lot of applicants taking the bar. If you're in law school, maybe it's your first year. Likely by the time you take the exam, this will apply. They also removed remedies, which is a crossover with contracts and torts and a little bit of real property, but that's no longer a separate subject listed. We have an additional 3 subjects. So administrative law and procedure. This is an area that I've practiced in a lot and a great area to be added. Civil procedure, same. Con law, contracts, crim law, procedure, evidence. So all the regular MBE subjects, real property and torts. Professional responsibility will remain. They're also adding employment law. It says family law, but we already have community property, so I'm going to assume that's the same. Estate planning, trusts, and probate is also going to remain. So wills and trusts. So we have additional topics coming on, and then and we've minimized some of the topics. The court also ruled that the commission's recommendation to test 7 skills have to appear on the examination. So the question is definitely going to be, and of course I'm going to have so much more to say on this in the upcoming years as more development happens on this, is are they going to have these 7 skills in essay format or more performance test format? I'm going to assume for sure more performance test like format. So again, 1, they are minimizing the amount of subjects while adding 3 new subjects, mainly taking away agency, partnership, and corporations. And then they're requiring that this new California bar exam, so it's going to be only an exam onto California, is going to require the testing of 7 skills: drafting and writing, research and investigation, issue spotting and fact gathering, which is what we've already had, counsel and advice, that is so new, litigation. So I'm a litigator, so of course this makes me happy because this is all right up my alley. Communication and client relationship, negotiation and dispute resolution. So those skill sets are going to have to be tested in some format. How they're going to test it, I'm assuming more performance test like testing. We'll have to wait until we see what they're going to come up with. And then they go into some other recommended skills that they talk about. And why they came up with the decision to agree with the California State Bar on the recommendations of the committee for fewer subjects and also the skill sets that have to be tested. Now, they also rule that no reciprocity for attorneys out of state. I was really hoping for this one. I know there are attorneys like in New York and Florida and all over the country that I work with that were hoping for some form of reciprocity if they're licensed for a certain amount of years in another state, and they are not agreeing with that. They still have to take the bar exam. The court declines to adopt the commission's recommendation to revise the requirements for the admission of attorneys licensed in other states. So out of California, state licensed attorneys still have to take the 1-day attorney exam, the writing day, for looks like the time being and probably for a while. Okay, so those are the 3 main orders or changes that the court ruled on. Now, what they also ruled on was the portfolio bar exam. And for those of you that have been following, that was a proposal from the state bar. Wow, they're really laying it on thick with the amount of proposed changes from the state bar, where they wanted to have accredited law students, or those graduates from accredited law schools only, have the opportunity to do an alternative pathway to licensure by taking or by enrolling in or registering in a portfolio bar exam, whereby they would need to find a supervisor and be supervised by throughout the gamut of their preparation, and then present their portfolio of work. That was it within a nutshell. And the court said absolutely not. The majority of licensed attorneys did not want this. There was, recommendations and commentary, and I believe it was over 70 or something percent, 75% of licensed attorneys that commented said absolutely not. We had to take an exam. This would be too biased. It only would apply to those that are, from accredited schools. How would we find supervisors? There would be an ethical issue regarding confidentiality and other areas of professional responsibility and ethical duties. So the court agreed with all of it, and they declined to enforce or to approve, otherwise, a model for a portfolio bar exam. That is a huge ruling that we've been waiting on for a while. So the California bar exam is here to stay. They also ruled that they will not lower the cut score for passing of the California bar exam. So the passing rate score range will remain at 1390. They are not going to decrease it further. So the California bar exam is here to stay. Remember, this is a separate order than anything to do with the new Kaplan format. These are changes that are going to be implemented for at least not another 2 years. So for the 4 upcoming bar exams, we have status quo with the Kaplan format and the traditional 200 MBE questions, 5 essays on almost 15 topics, and those will remain, and a 1 performance test. If you're taking the attorney exam, it's just the 1-day writing day. Okay, that is a lot to swallow, so just go through it slowly. If you want to read the order, I will post the link below. Actually, you know what? I'll have to wait on that because somebody sent this to me. I don't even know if it's published yet because it was just ruled upon and published. So I hope that, we're here to see some great changes come about. I'm all for it, and I'm excited and pumped. And Save Bar Style will be here to lead students throughout all these changes. And we are still waiting on whether or not 2025 is going to see a remote bar exam. We don't know about that yet. As soon as I hear, of course, I will come on and update you all. Please let me know your thoughts, your feedback. Are you happy with these changes? What would you want changed? And we'll have a discussion on it. Have a good evening, everybody.